Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Trail Talk. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have two familiar faces with us. This is Alan and Stephanie Gates, and I don't know if you saw last year or not, but they were with us also about this time of year talking about the Vaughn Hawks Rising Raise the Roof. Last year it was number 2. This year it's the 3rd annual. Does the 3rd annual make it feel like, okay, this is a thing? This is like a real thing now. You know, I mean, like the first annual, you have those hopes, this is going to be a success. The second one, you're like, okay, we've got 2 down. Surely we're on a roll now. And so now number 3.
I think so. I think it makes planning a little bit easier, and it gives you the ability to grow a little bit more, try to add a little bit each year to make it different and exciting. So,
Right. So Raise the Roof, I mean, the name itself just makes you think, oh, that sounds like something fun that I would like to go to. What, just kind of, an overall, just kind of explain what Raise the Roof is all about.
It's actually more fun than Raise the Roof.
Oh.
We're rocking the roof.
Oh. If I would like read things more closely and think about what I'm saying, he's right. Rocking the roof
It's too much work.
is even greater fun. Yes, Alan, you're exactly right. Rocking the roof.
There you go.
3.
See, that even makes you say it better.
Yeah, it's blows off the tongue much,
Yes.
much better. Yes. So tell us about Rocking the Roof.
Oh, okay. I'll jump
Sure,
in.
man.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Go.
Okay. So it's going to be super fun. Same as last year. The band's going to be up on the roof of Impact 580. So if you're in
The band Vaughn Hawks Rising
yes,
will be playing on the roof.
on the roof.
Okay.
Yes, we like to be kind of like the Beatles, you know, the roof concert.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
not quite the Beatles.
Well, so close though. I mean, in Duncan.
Sorry, guys.
Girls are literally screaming in the parking lot, right?
Yes, we have people dancing in the parking lot. It's fun. It is a lot of fun. So while they are on the roof playing, rocking out, we have a car show happening. We have vendors, we have food trucks, we have a kids zone area that's gonna have inflatables, kids activities. We're gonna have the big fire truck again this year, and hopefully the SWAT truck.
Ooh, SWAT truck.
That was a big hit last year.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I was shocked when it drove up. I didn't even know we had one last year, and it drove up and I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I saw that thing in the Christmas parade. I was like, impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys haven't had a chance to see it's amazing. The SWAT team, Duncan's whole SWAT team and their SWAT truck is something to see. So if you haven't seen it, it's a good opportunity to come out and they let you you hands-on, you get to really experience it. It's
Wow.
really neat.
Wow, that is so cool. So, I mean, people have, we've been to event, we have inflatables things. Tell us a little bit more about that car show. Those kind of vary in what they're like. So tell us what the Rocking the Roof car show is like.
Yes, so we it's open to anyone that wants to come in. I don't have the category. We will have awards. We had really cool awards last year. Mike's even some created for us. They were just amazing. And we will have amazing awards again this year. I haven't seen them. But we don't have a set price to enter the car show. It's donation only. So that's probably a little bit different. The whole event is about raising money for our 2 families, everything we're doing. So that's probably a little bit different than most car shows.
Right.
But I don't have the award categories. I'm sorry. I wish I had those.
No, so I was just meaning like, do they close? Do the entries close at any time? Or, people can register the day of or in advance?
Register the day of. It opens at 5:30. People can start pulling in. They'll see the big flag in the parking lot. There's only one way in the parking lot because we'll have it all barricaded off. And registration will be from 5:30 to 6:30. And then the car show starts at 6:30.
Okay.
It'll run from 6:30 to approximately 8:30-ish. And the band will play from 7:30 to 9:30.
Okay. All right.
So
So
the different things happening.
yeah, kind of simultaneously. So Yeah,
I'm trying to get the car show over with before it gets completely dark, so the judges can see and all the cars.
and the kids zone will be open during that whole time?
6:30 to 8:30.
Okay, 6:30 to 8:30.
We'll have light towers out there, so it'll be lit up, but it'll be.
Oh my gosh, so, that, you mentioned that this is a fundraising event, Von Hawks Rising. Tell us about the mission of the band, because I think that's gonna help everybody kind of appreciate more
Yeah.
what Rocking the Roof is really about.
So, yeah, Edie, we're unique because a lot of people might see us as a band, and there are people who call us and want us to come play at their events.
Well, I mean,
Because-
I do have to say, great cover band, y'all. I
Yes.
mean, they are really good. Yes.
We have a good time, and look, we have band members coming from, we have from Moore, Oklahoma, Lawton. The rest of us were Duncan, so we're kind of all over South Central Oklahoma. And I mean, we're fortunate to have a very talented group of band members and musicians we put together. We do rock and roll covers, everything from 70s to current, do a lot of 80s and 90s music. So we just have a lot of fun playing. So we've gotten a lot of calls just because they want us to come play. But then they hear about what we're really all about, and it changes everything. So we all decided when we wanted to start a band that we wanted to have a purpose behind it.
Mhm.
We were just really brainstorming, trying to figure out what is it we want to do with our time and talents that God's given us. And we came to a conclusion to help families in Oklahoma that have kids that are struggling or impacted by extreme illness. And so that really drives us to do what we do and to keep doing what we're doing.
Mhm.
So our mission is to bring hope beyond the sound to those families that are impacted by extreme illness, that have childhood cancer in their home.
Mhm.
So that in a nutshell is our mission. And I can go on for days talking about what we do in our mission. Like currently right now, and there's about 40 volunteers all the way around that help us with events and on our board and different teams that serve
Mhm.
on a routine basis. And one of the teams is assigned the task of, which, man, I'm so thankful for them, gathering applications and sorting through them and determining which child is the most qualified or the most in need
Mhm.
to present to the board for approval. And so far, we've been able to help 7 families since we started in 2001.
Wow.
We've raised and donated over $45,000, and we have actually raised more than that, but that's how much we've given out. So
Mhm.
we're on the premise of being able to help 2 more families, and
Oh, wow.
hopefully we'll talk about them here in a minute.
Right.
But
right.
yeah, so 7 families so far,
Mhm.
and our band is doing it to give back, and that's what we're all about.
Right. And so that unique mission that Von Hawks Rising has, how does that affect like the places you will play, or where, like, if someone does say, oh, okay, wait, you guys are doing this to raise money, does that mean that they want to give you a place to play and an opportunity to raise money?
We hope so.
More?
I mean, we're open to play anywhere, anytime, as long as the venue's right, and it's, we gotta be picky. I'm saying we gotta be picky, but we are selective because we're not out trying to get all the shows we can possibly get. 'Cause
Mhm.
most of us have full-time jobs and families that we
Right.
have to take care of as a priority, and then this is out of overflow for us.
Mhm.
So we don't want to be a band doing shows every weekend.
Right.
If we had 3 more bands put together underneath this, maybe.
Right, yeah.
But for this one band underneath it right now, typically we'll do 1 to 2 a month, and that seems to be a good pace for us.
Mhm.
And, yeah, so no, I think it really does give us an advantage if people really find out what we are about instead of just a band.
Mhm.
We're a band with a mission.
Right,
And
Right.
it does open up more doors, I feel like. And again, we're still a baby organization. We're just kind of a newer band,
Mhm.
trying to get our name out locally and then expand out. So, and that's gonna be our focus this next coming year, is to really expand our territory.
Mhm.
You know, we're seeking applications all over the state, and we've got families from Oklahoma City, Edmond, Chickasha, Fletcher, you know, that's we've helped.
Mhm.
And so we want to continue to expand our territory where we're also, you know, playing and doing shows.
Right, so, when you guys are looking forward, you said, you know, if we had 2 or 3 other bands, I mean, is that something you would hope to have someday, or multiple, like Von Hawks Rising bands, to where this is like a.
Yeah. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We're
Right,
trying
but you
to,
gotta,
we're trying to
get a
perfect,
right?
we're trying to perfect what we're doing, and we're doing a good job at getting better every year we do this.
Uh-huh,
But yes, if I cast vision to our board, that you know, I kind of let you in on it a little bit. That's what I was saying, is the long-term vision for this is to have multiple bands that
mhm.
play different genres of music and go all over Oklahoma
Oh,
and
fun.
do the same thing we do here. But before we can duplicate what we're doing, we're trying to get all the processes perfected,
Mhm.
or at least, you know, where we can support it from a core, to where we can multiply ourselves as a band, but we still have the core, to support it.
Right, so, and how long have you guys been together and doing this?
So we actually launched as an organization in April of 2001.
Mhm.
So our first concert was May of 2001, right after COVID shut down.
Wait, okay, 2021?
2021, yeah, sorry.
Okay, all right, yeah, you were saying 2001,
2001.
and I was thinking,
Yeah, 22 years.
I just feel like that's not a
No,
new
2000.
band, I don't know, maybe you
2021.
guys
And
were
what's
like
funny is I
little
didn't,
kids.
Yeah. like what he was saying, and so in my head, I heard 21.
Okay, now that we got that.
We've all been playing that long, but not together.
Okay,
So
so
yeah, our
2021, there we
2021
go,
we started, so May of 2021.
okay.
Was our first public event, and if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure you will. But I think it was the first public event after the everything opened after COVID being shut down that was in public. And so we had a car show at Peakway Park, and I mean, people just wanted to get out.
Right,
And the timing was great for us to launch, and so it gave us a lot of support right off the gate. And you know, I think some of that momentum was because of people just wanted to get out and do something, and it was outdoor, and they felt more comfortable
right.
to have that space and felt more safe.
Mhm.
And we just had a tremendous time there. I'll never forget that experience. We had already chosen family, and we got to meet that little boy, Eli Strutton, that day.
Oh, uh-huh.
And the place was just electric, and it was such an experience. And you know, that kind of got us all hooked in what we were doing,
Right.
knowing that we're doing something or a part of something that's bigger than ourselves. And so that impact's kind of lasted us, and that's what, again, keeps us driving forward.
What a strong affirmation. You know, you kind of have these ideas and this little bit of a vision, you know, and you're thinking, this seems like something that would really work.
Yeah,
And then to have that kind of success the first time you try,
right.
I mean, that just has to lock it in for you.
And several times along the way. I can't even tell you how many stories there are of things falling into place and happening, and families that were chosen, or how they heard about us, or how donations were made. It's incredible. There's just story after story after story.
Yeah, and it really does make you. I mean, we've been affirmed to this and confirmed so many times that we're a part of something we are being God's hands extended to people, and He's behind what we're doing.
Mhm.
And He's opened doors, and He's brought people our way, and opportunities and support from people we had no idea. And it's just like we have favor and we have momentum, and there's a lot of good things happening. And no, it's not because of anything we're doing. It's
Right.
just being part of something that is needed.
Mhm. And it's just a unique way to go about it, you know, and because you have an event, people love car shows, kids love those big blow up toys. I mean, people love food trucks, people love to listen to great music. And the fact that you're able to put all those together in this one great location and then raise all of this money in addition to that.
And it makes you feel like you're a part of something, even if you're there to
Right,
enjoy it and just a spectator.
right,
To being a part of the car show, or, you know, one of our volunteers, if you're ever at any of our events, you just have the sense of, you know, yeah, you're part of it,
mhm,
and you're part of the family helping raise money to give back to people that are in need.
right. So, let's talk about for a minute, how have you met these families? You said that there's a committee that goes through the applications. Kind of talk about that a little bit. I know we talked about it last year, but I
Yeah.
think it's important for viewers to really understand this process.
Well, a lot of it is really word of mouth. But we call it ACTS team, ACTS.
Mhm.
It was the benevolence team, but they decided to put a little bit more focus on their name. So the ACTS team has done a good job at networking with like OU Children's Hospital, a cancer center, Sanford Clinic here in Duncan, and other places. Although they can't pass names along, we let them know that we're here,
Right,
so they can pass our name along and then go through our website or call us and get an application when their application windows are open.
mhm,
And so a lot of it's been through word of mouth. There has been some really good networking, and now that we've got 7 families that we've helped, well, they talk to other people that they know that are in need too.
mhm.
And we always ask them,
Hospital or-
yeah,
Oh, right.
we're always asking them if they know anyone else,
Mhm.
and please have them apply with us. And so that process has been a little bit tricky to navigate. There are times we have a flood of applications, and then there's times we have 1 or 2, we need to try to get more.
Mhm.
And it's just kind of been a little strange of how that has ebbed and flowed, but so far, I really believe the people we've helped were supposed to be the families we helped, and it was, like Stephanie was saying, there's been a lot of confirmation around these families and connections that we didn't even know existed. We found out later that, okay, that's not coincidence.
Right.
And so we've had a lot of that. And so the process, we're still trying to perfect that,
Mhm.
but really right now it's, several of them are word of mouth, but there are some that are just networking from other people that we've helped.
And so the family completes an application and just, I mean, is it just an explanation of here we are, this is our situation?
Yeah, so
Um,
you know, early on, we decided how we're gonna give money and how we're gonna, go about giving those contributions to the families. There was a lot of discussion on how to do that. We know that if we set the application process up and the qualifications up, we've already vetted enough to know these families there's a true need there.
right,
So the application is strenuous. I mean, I say it's 3 pages. There's, it doesn't take long, but it asks a lot of questions.
Mhm.
And then we also get a letter from their doctor,
Mhm.
the treatments and the diagnosis. And then they have a reference letter. They provide income information to us
Mhm.
to verify there's a need. And also if they've gotten support from any other organizations or people. And so we kind of take all that into consideration when we're looking through those applications. So we think our screening process is good enough. I think we've done a good job getting that down. And so when it comes time to give the money to these families, we just write a check to a medical benefit account. And because we know they have needs, and we know that
Right.
we're not even coming close to meeting the needs they have.
Yeah, those are always so significant, the numbers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me how medical bills can be handed to someone and like, here you go.
Yeah.
Whenever you can,
Hundreds.
You know, you
Thousands.
think, sometimes you think, well, if you have medical insurance or you're on Sooner Care or any other private care, that you should be fine, but there's so many expenses that we don't consider.
Yes.
That insurance or Sooner Care, or anyone won't pay for, that these families have a need for. Like babysitting, missed time from work, tires on their
Oh,
car.
right.
just
Fuel, yeah.
Fuel costs,
Mhm.
which some of that is offset, and that's another thing we're trying to do is connect with other people so that we can be resources for these families. To help connect them to people that might be able to help with those things too.
Right.
And so, you know, there's a niche there and a need
Mhm.
that's out of pocket medical related expenses. And hey, we ask them what their wants are too. I mean,
Right,
sometimes these families don't get Christmas, or
yep,
they struggle because I have multiple kids, and mom's had to take off work, actually quit her job to take care of the child, or dad's missed work, and so there's a big financial need there. And so part of what we do is covering their medical, but we also have a portion of what we do just to say, we want to bless them with
Mhm.
whatever it is that they want. And so their wants and needs, and it's very small, you know, it's a majority of our proceeds are going to the medical benefits, so. But hey, we understand that these kids that are in the home of the siblings that are in the home of these kids that are struggling, are affected by this as much.
Yeah,
And so we're here to bless the whole family and bring them hope in the middle of their struggle.
right, right. Well, we were kind of talking about that just a minute ago, about just being the parent in that situation. And I mean, there are things that happen when your kids are growing up and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have control of this situation. But imagine a health related situation that's just dire, you know, and just having to just let go of that and just literally meet the most basic needs for your family, just to survive one day to the next. I just can't think of anything more overwhelming.
One of our current families that we're raising money for, it's a 1-year-old little girl named Kalani. She lives in Oklahoma City right now, and they're moving back to Miami to be closer to families for that extra support, because there's so much. I mean, like you're saying, she was born with a heart defect, hypoplastic left heart syndrome. So basically the left side of her heart doesn't function. She's already had several surgeries. She's had a stroke. She's had, I mean, it's incredible, the things that have happened to her. And eventually she will probably at some point have to have a heart transplant. What that family has already been through is just, it's
Right.
heartbreaking.
Right. And you say she's one?
She's one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so much.
Our other little boy is out of Marlow, Silas. He was diagnosed right around his first birthday with Ewing sarcoma cancer. It's a cancer that affects the bones, long bones of the body. He has already started chemo, and he still has more chemo and radiation to go. So
And he's stage 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're actually in OU Medical getting treatment. So both of these families are, you know, obviously struggling and in the middle of their turmoil. And, you know, when you meet these families, we do a meet and greet with all the families, and meet the band gets to meet them. You know, they'll tell us, man, we so appreciate what you guys are doing, and the money means a lot. But just knowing there's all these people that are seeing us and support us and love us for no reason, you can't put a price tag on that. And so just seeing the impact just of what we're doing beyond the money, it is amazing to these families, that it just brings them a little bit of peace and stress relief and support and hope that they're going to be able to get through this. And there's a whole community behind them.
I like the way you said that they're seen. You know, sometimes it can probably feel very much like nobody even knows we're out here. Hello, help, you know?
Yeah.
And to not just be seen, but then go to that next level and to just help them at the very best way that you can, the very best way a stranger
Yeah.
can help a family in need.
Absolutely.
Wow. I mean, this need and having to, I mean, you're talking about 2 babies who are so sick, and the committee has to look through applications and see, I mean, that would seem, I'm a blue.
Right.
In the old personality color thing, and so I'm just feeling the weight of, I can't imagine that committee would not be for me. I would have
They're
so
amazing.
much.
It's not,
They are amazing.
honestly, it's not for me. I've tried to, and I support and help them, and I'm so grateful.
Mhm.
Again, just like the band, we are blessed to have such a strong group of people in that team
And I'm sure,
that have medical background and have,
right,
you know, some of them have had experiences with special needs kids of their own or grandkids and have seen this firsthand and understand it. And so we've just, I mean, again, it's incredible the amount of support we have internally, and it's just, I'm with you. I want to help them all. When I see them, I say, "Let's help them all."
exactly. Oh, wait,
Yeah, like, book us every weekend. We'll just keep going and
Yeah.
we'll quit our jobs. But you know, we have to really focus in on what we do and do the best we can with it. We know we can't meet all the needs that are out there.
So do you guys, okay, like, this is the third annual of these, but you fundraise or you work on this all year round. You're playing 1 or 2 times every month, and every time you play, it's to raise money to benefit. Are these the 2 families that will receive fundraising for a whole year? Or how does that look like for you guys?
We would love it if we could raise enough money at this event to help both of them. That's our ultimate goal. We just gave a check to a family, a month and a half ago. My gosh, time's going by so fast. So as soon as we raise enough money, hopefully it won't take us very long. As soon as we raise enough money to cut these families a check, then we'll open our application process up again and start all over. So it's never ending.
Okay.
Let me interject something real quick. We have a goal for each.
I was just wondering about that, like a minimum.
Right, so our board and the ACTS team work together to come up with what our model is gonna be. You know, there's theories of we'll raise money all year and give it to one family, or we set goals. And when we hit that goal for each family, we go to the next and help more families less. And that's what we do. We have a goal, and our goal, we have amplified sponsors that join with us that are 10% match. So when we hit a goal, on the medical benefit side of $5,000, those amplified sponsors kick in 10%. And so we also have the other remaining portion of what we do for just their need, their wants, or whatever they need. So typically our checks are about $7,500 with our amplified sponsors and what we raise. So that's our goal for each kid. And when we hit that, we go to the next and we open applications up again and see how many families in a year we can support and help.
Right.
And our amplified sponsor help with every family. So it's, we have 3 right now: Hillary Communications, Shavers Development, and Bearded Man Jerky. So
Yeah.
year round.
Thank you
Everything.
guys very much for your support, because it means a lot. You know, Hillary Communications is an Oklahoma-based telephone company and internet service provider, right out of here in Medicine Park, and they've been a great supporter of ours. They're our newest amplified sponsor. And then Shavers Development is a commercial real estate development company out of Oklahoma City. Great partners. They have some ties to Duncan. One of the partners is actually from Empire. And then Bearded Man Beef Jerky is a kind of startup beef jerky company from right here in Duncan. And so we've got some unique amplified sponsors.
Right.
And that's kind of what we want to try to keep doing is we want at least 5. We've got those 3. We're looking for 2 more amplified sponsors. So if you guys are interested or know anyone that's interested,
Because there's no real category. They'll take an amplified sponsor from any
that's right.
part of the business world.
That's right. Yes.
I mean, I think that's awesome. I feel like that makes this group even more relatable, you know, that there are sponsors who are making jerky, you know, or they're a telecommunications company, you know, you've got.
Because it's a human.
Yes, exactly.
It's about the human side.
And we've had several amplified sponsors that, you know, for some reason or another have came and gone and their own reasons. But strong support, and they believe in what we're doing, just for whatever reason, decided that they need to go a different direction. But, yeah, I mean, we've had glazing companies, oil field companies, and, yeah, communications. So, yeah, we're not selective of who,
Right, right.
if you want to be a part of it, we're all in.
Come on.
But speaking of sponsors, I think we also need to give a shout out to our sponsors for this event coming up.
Right, yes.
A lot of support for that too.
We have, it's been incredible, and honestly, and I know she's gonna post the sponsors in the video and the comments. But it's all year round. The donations that we get, from people every time we play, it's just incredible. But yes, the sponsors for this event, we have, 3 levels. We have a hot rod, which is our top tier sponsor, our, classic, which are middle tier, and stock, sponsors for this event. We couldn't do this event without them. We have people that have helped in other ways, like Stevens County Fairgrounds is providing the barriers for us to barricade the parking lot. Edwards Enterprises is providing porta potties.
Those little things
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
you don't
little
always
things
think
like
about.
that money that we spent on those things is gonna go to these families. So, and like I said, our sponsors of this event, if I try to name them, I'm gonna miss somebody, so.
Well, I'll tell you the 2 big ones that we need to definitely give a prop for.
Yes.
They're our top 2 tiers, and everyone's familiar. They support so much in our community, but we didn't expect it. You know, they're so supportive of what we do, but Tilly Group, Tilly Pressure Test,
Yes.
they're behind us a lot. They're very supportive. Actually, one of their staff is on our board. Jeff Johnson is one of our newest board members. And which may have helped, maybe, I don't know, with
Well,
sponsorship.
Hey, it's that networking thing.
And then BEH Properties is also a privately held company. They don't like to get a lot of recognition, but I know they know who they are, and we just need to give some props and thank you for the major sponsorship for this event.
Yes.
And I mean, 580 allows you guys to
To
use.
be on the building.
On the top of the roof. The
Yeah.
parking
Impact
So-
580 is very supportive of us, and
Yes.
you know, we practice in their facilities, and they help us with, you know, equipment, and we're robbing people out of the church all the time to help us. Our front man lead singer is Josh Rice, and he's the worship pastor at Impact. So I mean, we definitely are very appreciative of what they do to support us too.
Right, right. And I mean, and it's a great, like I said earlier, it's a great location.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just kind of the setup that would have a flat roof, a building with a flat roof.
It's hard to find.
It's
It
hard to
is.
find.
Yes.
It's not just everywhere. So,
It's structurally sound. for us to get on. It is structurally
Yes,
sound.
it is.
there you
So
go.
we are in the clear there.
Well,
Yes, we couldn't do any of this without the support of our sponsors, and it's amazing. I mean, honestly, just giving people opportunity to be a part of it. And they always say yes. I mean, and so it's great to share that with people in the community that have a vision for what we're doing.
right, right. So the event is Saturday, September 23rd.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And the registration for the car show starts at 5:30.
Yes.
And so then everything else starts at 6:30?
Yes.
Is that what time people would want to start showing up?
Yes, and I need to say, bring a lawn chair. Because we're gonna have an area open for people to sit and watch the concert, but I know they'll want to be walking around looking at the cars, of course, and
Mhm.
the vendors and food trucks and all of that too, but bring a lawn chair. And depending on the weather, maybe a blanket.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Well, and it's also, if things work out right, Silas, I'm not sure if he'll be able to make it, but we're trying to work out to where Kalani and her family might be there.
Oh.
And so we
wow.
get a chance to see this family. And we also have invited all of our past 7 families. And so we, you know, sometimes they can show up, if not, but hopefully we'll have a good turnout of families that we've supported, and everyone can come out and see, put faces to the people we
Right,
help.
right.
Because it is a
Well-
community thing, and we get so much support from the community, and
Yes.
I think everyone needs to feel a part of it.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's, in our lives, we have jobs and we have family and we have church and there are so many things that can fill our time. Everybody has that other time that is like, do we have a hobby? Do we have, and you guys have chosen this to fill that time in your lives, and you probably even sacrifice some time from some of these other things in order to give to this. And, I think that that is the kind of thing that you'll always look back and say, that was a good idea. I'm glad we did
Yeah.
that. I mean, yeah, we didn't get to sit down and eat supper at the table together every night, but what we did do
Yeah.
together, that was really worth it.
Yeah, it would have been a great idea looking back, and I would still said it was well worth it if we just were a cover band and played. I'd have had a blast.
Oh, right,
It'd have been fun.
right,
And we'd
yeah.
look back and telling grandkids stories,
Uh-huh,
and it would have been a blast. But it's different. This is different. This is something that you're proud of. It leaves a legacy. You're impacting other people's lives. Not that music doesn't, but you're doing it in a different way here.
exactly.
And so, yeah, it definitely gives you a sense of purpose.
And I love the way you have said repeatedly, by even attending one of these events, you, me, all of us get to be a part of what
Yes.
you're doing. And so that fills our time with that
Right.
good thing too.
Come out, support us, say, hey, encourage any of the volunteers, buy a t-shirt. I mean,
Yeah,
you can donate it out there at the merch table. I mean, just anything you can do to be a part of it is helpful. And it truly is a community thing. I mean, we feel so much support from this community. And, I can only see this continuing to get bigger as we go. Take a lot more volunteers, a lot more
Right,
people,
right.
which we need. We have a lot of needs. So if you're interested in being a part of this on a daily basis or weekly or monthly, if you got extra time, we have several spots that we need to help with, and we could sure use your help.
well, so people could volunteer to serve on a committee or be on the board.
Yeah, if they have
or things like that.
right now, marketing, graphic design, internet, social media, that's a big, that's someone to take that on is a major undertaking. So many people, it's kind of a unique talent.
Right.
Have to be able to do that, and we've used a lot of different resources and appreciate all the
Yes.
help and support we've gotten. And there's been people on our team that didn't know how to do it, just rolled their sleeves up and said, I don't know, but I'll learn it. And
Right,
so
right.
that's kind of the attitude of everyone. Like, I'm not sure, but yeah, let's try it.
Yeah.
And so that's how we've gotten by. But yeah, that type of help is very, very needed. Of course, anyone who has able backs and strong arms, just come on anytime and
Yeah.
lug that equipment.
And up on the
We'll
roof.
send you up the ladder with a 300-pound speaker. And
Yeah, I'm sure that probably would be a little bit entertaining. You could probably sell tickets to
you might have
watch.
to come watch it. I'm not gonna tell you how it happens. You might have to show up early and see it. Just drive by if you're there that Saturday
Yeah,
at 10:30.
That's an idea right there. Go by and watch them get all those things up there. So, what kind of food trucks are gonna be there? Sometimes that's a little bit of a draw for folks too.
It is, and there's a lot of things happening in the community that day. Bark in the Park is happening earlier in the day, which is another great
Yes.
event and great organization. They're done by 3.
Mhm.
So some of our food trucks were stolen by Bark in the Park. So if they have any food left over,
Okay.
come see us. But we do have Esperanza,
Uh-huh.
a taco truck. I know that one for sure.
Okay.
And I believe there's also snow cones.
Oh,
And we have a meeting tonight, and I'm
There you
gonna
go.
learn the names of the vendors, the food trucks, because we have different people helping with the event. We have several people over the car show, we have people over the vendor booths, the food trucks, so it takes.
And thank you all for helping us.
Takes a small army.
If we can take 20, we can take the rest, 30 minutes naming everyone who's
Yes.
involved in this, helping, but just thank you, you know who you are. and we
Yes.
appreciate
Right. Well, and those people are not doing this, so their name will be
it. Right,
shouted out on social media either.
Yeah.
They're doing it because they have that servant's heart and that's what they're feeling like they're supposed to do.
Absolutely. Yes.
So anyway, that is awesome. Those are the best support people.
yeah, and I'll tell you one more thing I want to say Edie, about our organization is there's a lot of nonprofits that are existing and even on a bigger scale, national level, that when you give your money to them, you're not really sure how much money is actually going to support their mission. And for us, we have very little overhead. I mean, we don't have paid staff, everyone's volunteers. We don't have buildings, we don't have cell phones, it's all donated and volunteer work. So we do have expenses and we got equipment we have to maintain and merchandise to buy and things like that you have to operate. But the impact of your money coming into Von Hawks Rising, going to those families is astronomical as a percentage.
Yeah, I was thinking about that a while ago. We got sidetracked on something else, but I was thinking that people can give with the confidence
Yes.
that there's not money going off for this or person or that or anything. This money is
Yes.
coming in and going to these families. And that has to be something that makes this even more appealing as an organization that you want to be a part of something and give to something like this. This is the place to do.
Absolutely. I believe that.
Yeah, I do too. I love it. I am so glad you guys could come back this year. I'm so excited for the
Set the
third.
date for the 4th annual.
Yes, exactly. Rocky.
They're not raising.
Not
We might raise
raising.
it too, but we're
Yeah,
gonna.
we're gonna raise the money at Rock in the Ring.
There you go.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Well, Stephanie Allen, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for just being such an example of just finding a way to help people doing something you love. I mean,
Yes.
how cool is that?
Yes.
You love to play in a band and sing. Oh, I can raise money and help people to do that too. What a perfect setup. I think that's so great. Thank you. Thanks for coming on to Trail Talk and
Thanks for
sharing
having us.
everything.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
you guys and your
Be
support.
watching for you guys have like a Facebook page.
We have Facebook, Instagram, and a website.
Okay, and is it
Von
Von
Hawks
Hawks
Rising.
Rising? Okay, we'll have all that information both on our newsletter. And on our there's a picture of the flyer actually on our Facebook page. I use that as my little promo thing. I stole your flyer. Push this out there.
Yeah.
And then there'll be information in the comment section of this also. So thanks guys for watching and be sure and go out, not this Saturday, but the next Saturday that evening, go out and support Von Hawks Rising, raising money for Silas and Kalani and their families. So you guys ready to say happy trails?
Oh,
That's
yes.
how we say goodbye there. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Happy trails.